You shot straight, but you shot late. Holla at me. This is the Rundown Podcast.
I'm gonna give you the rundown.
Say man, hey man, this OG Jucario. Now I'm back at you with another one. And I had to come spin the YouTube block on this topic about breaking news about Beyonce's longtime producer. He wrote a lot of songs for her and Rihanna and others. The Dream. He's been hit with a bombshell lawsuit. That's right. A young lady that he was grooming, an artist that he had, said that he sexually abused her, right? Physically abused her. And he's also being accused of ex-trafficking as well. And the article reads this. The Dream has been sued by a female artist for allegedly taking advantage of her sexually and physical abuse in legal documents obtained by RadarOnline.com. Singer/songwriter Shanaz Mangrove claimed that the artist The Dream lured her into his deeply sadistic world over a decade ago, promising her fame and fortune while she was a 3-year work visa. Wow. Mangrove said she was just 21 when Dream's childhood friend contacted her on Instagram and asked her to send him some music. According to the lawsuit, Dream's team asked her to meet with the star in person and record, which she happily agreed to. But her excitement soon faded. Mangrove, originally from the Netherlands, accused Dream of using his age and influence to manipulate, coerce, and control her. He allegedly told her she could have a special sanctuary relationship with him if she did what he told her to do, and allegedly telling her he did the same thing with Beyonce and Rihanna. Wow, really? So he had this same type of relationship with Rihanna and Beyonce is what he's saying? Anyway, let's carry on. She claimed Dream also promised her a recording and publishing contract with major labels and to sponsor the extension of her visa. He also allegedly told her she would open for Beyonce's tour. Wow. But Mangrove argued that Dream soon controlled all aspects of her life, allegedly telling her where she could live, who she could talk to, and what she could eat and drink. She also claimed that he subjected her to violent sexual encounters that left her badly bruised, including allegedly taking advantage of her sexually in the back of a Sprinter van after forcing her to engage in separate sexual acts in a movie theater, according to the suit filed court documents on Tuesday. Mangrove also alleges that The Dream made her drink excessive amounts of alcohol while holding her head back and pouring booze down her throat. And she also claimed that he recorded her engaging in sexual acts and allegedly blackmailing her into silence. She's suing The Dream, his record label, Contra Paris, LLC, and Epic Records, accusing the businesses of facilitating his depraved behavior. Wowzers. Yikes. The label Dream convinced to invest in Miss Mangrove, which stood by and did nothing despite both witnessing and being told about Dream's abuse. As a result of Dream's heinous acts, Miss Mangrove's career was destroyed. Her music was taken away from her without explanation. Contra Paris never provided her any compensation, and every attempt to revive her career has been hijacked by Dream and those who support him. Her attorneys, Douglas H. Wigdor and Meredith Firetal, partners of Wigdor LLP, tell RadarOnline.com. This is yet another horrific example of how men in the music industry use their power and influence to manipulate and harm others. Dream, like Sean Combs did with Miss Ventura and others, used his standing as a prominent recording artist and producer to subject Miss Mangrove to a vicious physical, psychological, and sexual abuse. They continue. While she will never fully recover from what he and those who supported him did to her, her willingness to speak out now is evidence of her extraordinary strength. We are honored to represent her, says her lawyers. Mangrove also addressed in her lawsuit telling us that choosing to speak out about the trauma I survived has been one of the most difficult decisions of my life. But ultimately, what Dream did to me made it impossible to live the life I envisioned for myself and pursue my goals as a singer and songwriter. Ultimately, my silence has become too painful, and I realized that I need to tell my story to heal. I hope that doing so will also help others and prevent future horrific abuse, says Mongrel. These are some of the text messages that were exchanged between the Dream and Miss Mongrel that Radar Online got a chance to get their hands on. One text message says, I think the more freedom you give me, the more relationships I'll be able to put you through and in. I'm a straightforward person. Things like the Beyonce opening isn't a big deal to get done. That's my family, says the Dream. And it was through these certain manipulation and text messages and tactics that the Dream used. Miss Mongrel believed the Dream because he was the reason for a lot of these superstar success. And she had no reason not to believe what he was saying until everything started to hit the fan. Miss Mongrel stated that what started out something fruitful turned into something very toxic. Wow. In the lawsuit, it states that the Dream told Miss Mongrel that Beyonce and Rihanna allowed him to create a sanctuary like the one he told Miss Mongrel about, in order to get to know Beyonce in a way that others couldn't, right? And that allowed him, the Dream, the producer, the artist, to come up with these songs and make her the superstar that she is today. Wow. And Miss Mongrel believed, truthfully, that this is what it took as part of the process, and for her to become a star, right? She had to be groomed by the Dream and allow him to have his way whenever and however and whatever he wanted to do with Miss Mongrel. In another text message shared by Radar Online, it says this: I will need to know things you think or embarrassed about to the furthest extent. I'm going to be your better half if this goes where I think it's going, says the Dream. Wow. Mongrel alleged that the Dream began a horrific pattern of physically and sexually and psychological abuse under the guise of creating art. When Miss Mongrel questioned the Dream about this sanctuary he wanted to create with her, right? And to clarify itself, the Dream sent this message saying this: I'll let you know after we win 10 Grammys together. Right now, we just have to be free and let me undress you emotionally so I can know what's underneath your heart. Wow. Dream would eventually go on to tell Miss Mongrel that she needed to belong to him so they can indeed become the next Jay-Z and Beyonce. Wow. Guys. The Dream will go on to tell Miss Mongrel and promise her and coerce her, manipulate her into thinking, right, that if she did submit to becoming a part of this sanctuary that he created for her, that she would indeed surpass Beyonce and Rihanna's mega superstardom as one of the biggest stars ever. Wow, really? Mongrel stated that she believed everything Dream was telling her through these text messages and through coercion and manipulation, and she needed him to make it in the music industry, as that was her connect, that was her plug to get into the industry. And he was very close with Beyonce and Rihanna, all these mega superstars that he created. And in a text message, he says this to her: it means more to me than you can imagine. My wrist should tell you that. In your mind, you should know that I am risking something far greater than anyone has for you, with you. And it's because I know it's beyond explanation. You can't explain this, so don't even try. And don't mention it. That's why the government denies things. It's because it's not true. It's because the lesser mind wouldn't even understand. So why stop the life they have and change what they love about their life? It's actually an unselfish thing to hold in the truth. Wow. Mongrel said that the Dream would track her every location, and also he would call and text her asking her whereabouts all through the night. Yikes. The Dream had this to say about Mrs. Mongrel's allegations as well. These claims are untrue and defamatory. He fired back. I oppose all forms of harassment and have always strived to help people realize their career goals. As someone committed to making a positive impact on my fellow artists and the world at large, I'm deeply offended and saddened by these accusations, says The Dream. The Dream has also faced legal troubles before. He was arrested in 2014 on charges of felony assault, strangulation, reckless endangerment, and child endangerment. Those charges, which stem from allegations that he beat his girlfriend, who was 8 months pregnant at the time, were dropped the following year due to lack of evidence. He was arrested again the next year on charges of felony assault again, strangulation, reckless endangerment, and child endangerment. Those charges were again dropped the following year because of lack of evidence also. So get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this entire ordeal. The Me Too movement is still on the move. And subscribe to OG Jucario TV. Like, comment, and share the video. And until next time, you're watching the Rundown Podcast. I appreciate everybody for spending with me. I appreciate all my subscribers for sliding with your boy every time. And say, man, hey, man, keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button, and look, turn on post notification so we can slide whenever I get the drop. You already know what it is, man. It's deeper than booty hell. And guess what? I'm gone.